Welcome back to your English class. And today I'm very excited because we are going to start a new lesson. And it is Lesson 16, Mukesh starts a zoo. Have you visited a zoo? Do you like going there? Today we will hear a story about zoo, okay? Which is made by Mukesh, okay? Part 1. And today, first of all, we will see the summary and then we will watch the story, okay? So, the story is about a boy, Mukesh, who on a visit to Delhi went to the zoo with his parents. Now, the story is about a young boy, Mukesh, जो अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ दिल्ली गया था and while he was visiting Delhi he went to a zoo. Okay, he was fascinated by the animals there. When he saw those animals he was very fascinated. उसे बहुत अच्छा लगा था zoo जाकर. Okay, he found that place very interesting. Then there was no zoo in the town of Dehradun where he lived. He lived in a town in Dehradun, okay? And वहाँ पर कोई zoo नहीं था. So he decided that he would have a zoo of his own. So he decided, कोई बात नहीं अगर मेरे town में zoo नहीं है, I will make a zoo of my own. This story describes how he makes a zoo and what happens after he collects various animals for the zoo. Now, in this story we will see that what things he is doing to make his own zoo, and after he is done making his zoo, what happens. Okay, dear children? So let's watch the story and enjoy.
Mukesh starts a zoo. I'm going to start a zoo, Mukesh announced at breakfast the next morning. I'll find some animals, he added. That's what a zoo is all about, collecting animals. He was gazing at the whitewashed walls of the veranda where a gecko, a small wall lizard, was in pursuit of a fly. After breakfast, Mukesh tried to catch the lizard, but it was more alert than it looked and managed to run away. That's not the way to catch a lizard, said Teju, who had come over from next door.
Do you think Teju knows how to catch a lizard? Teju ने मुकेश को बोला, this is not the way to catch a lizard. Means पक्का उसे lizard catch करना आता होगा, right? So let's see what happens next.
Teju fetched a stick from the garden and used it to tip the lizard off the wall and into a shoebox. Soon he and Teju were at work in the back garden, setting up enclosures with a roll of wire netting they had found. What else can we have in the zoo? Asked Teju. There's your grandmother's parrot, said Mukesh. That's a good idea, said Teju. But I don't think she lent it to us. You see, it's a religious parrot. She has taught it lots of prayers and chants. Then people are sure to come and listen to it. They pay too. You're right. We'll get the parrot somehow. What else? Well, there's my dog, said Mukesh. He's very fierce. But a dog isn't a zoo animal. Mine is. He is a wild dog. He is black all over and he has got yellow eyes. There is no other dog like him. Now, we've got a lizard, a parrot, and a black dog with yellow eyes, said Teju. Your sister Koki has a white rabbit. Will she lend it to us? Asked Mukesh. I don't know, said Teju doubtfully, adding, she might rent it to us. Let's see if we can get Sitaram's donkey too, said Mukesh. Sitaram was the washerman's son. On Saturday afternoon, a large sign announcing the opening of the zoo hung from the branch of the jackfruit tree. Children were allowed in free, but grown-ups had to buy tickets at 50 paise each. The first attraction was a large packing case filled with an assortment of house lizards. Koki's white rabbit was on display in the next enclosure. Staring at it from behind the wire netting was Mukesh's dog. Rare black dog with yellow eyes. Read the notice. The dog paused to dig his way under the fence in order to get at the rabbit's compartment. Tied with a rope was Sitaram's small donkey. On the tree was a sign saying, "Wild ass from Kutch." There was also a duck that didn't seem to belong to anyone, and a small cow that had strayed in on its own. But the star attraction was the parrot, as it could recite 3 different prayers over and over again. Teju and Koki's grandmother had chosen that day for visiting the temple, so she was unaware of the fuss that was being made of her pet. While Mukesh and Teju were escorting visitors, there was a disturbance in the zoo. The black dog with yellow eyes had managed to dig his way out of his enclosure. He was now trying to dig his way into the rabbit's compartment. Meanwhile, the donkey managed to snap the rope that held it and ran away. Shrieking, Koki ran to rescue her rabbit. Soon, it was safely cradled in her arms. Frustrated, the dog turned his attention to the duck. The duck flew over the packing case, but the dog landed in it, scattering lizards in all directions. In all this confusion, no one noticed that the door of the parrot's cage had flipped open with a pleased squawk and a whir of wings. The bird shot out of the cage and flew off. "What are we going to do now?" asked Teju. Koki had an idea. "I know," she said. "We'll get another parrot." "How?" "Well, we've collected 10 rupees. We can buy a new parrot with it." So they hurried off to the bazaar. There they found a bird seller who sold them a parrot that looked like Granny's. Granny, who could not see clearly, didn't notice the difference. However, she complained that the bird had stopped repeating its prayers.
The bird had stopped repeating its prayers because it had बताओ वो उस पैरट ने प्रेयर्स चांट करना क्यों बंद कर दिया था? ऑप्शन ए, it had been replaced, it had forgotten them, पैरट रिप्लेस कर दिया गया था, या फिर पैरट प्रेयर्स चांट करना भूल गया था, और द लास्ट ऑप्शन, didn't like repeating them, या फिर उसे रिपीट करना अच्छा नहीं लगता था. The parrot had been replaced. That's why he had stopped repeating. Okay. Now let's see what happens next.
Teju had a bright idea. Every morning he stood in front of the parrot's cage and repeated Granny's prayers. Within a few weeks, the bird had learned to repeat one of them. Granny was happy again, not only because her parrot was praying once more, but because Teju had started praying too.
I hope, dear children, that you enjoyed at Mukesh's zoo. आप अपना zoo open करना चाहते हो? But you have to be very responsible and you have to take care, right? Or else the fuss that happened at the zoo made by Mukesh, वो हमारे साथ भी हो सकता है, right? So हमें बहुत ध्यान रखना चाहिए and we should care about animals. Okay? Now it's time for your work from home. On page number 106 of your textbook, you have an exercise that is B. Read the sentences carefully and number these events as they appeared in the story. हमें sentences को story के sequence according numbering करनी है. Okay, the first one I will be doing for you so that you get an idea. First sentence is the dog landed in the packing case, scattering the lizards all over. This is not a thing that happened first. with the dog. And the sentence about the dog are divided in three parts. So you need to see that which incident happened first in the story. So the dog tried to dig his way into rabbit's compartment, or the dog dug his way out of his enclosure. First, the dog came out of his enclosure. वो पहले अपने पार्ट से बाहर निकला and then